Welcome to Mindward, the place where everyday behavior meets deep psychology. If you've ever wondered why you think the way you do or felt seen by a psychology video a little too accurately, you're in the right place. Today's topic is one that feels almost invisible because it happens entirely inside your head. We're talking about the psychology of people who rehearse conversations before they happen. Have you ever noticed how a conversation hasn't even started yet, but in your mind it's already played out multiple times? You imagine what you'll say, you predict their reaction, you adjust your response, and somehow by the time the real conversation arrives, you already feel mentally tired. Here's the psychology behind people who rehearse conversations in their head. This isn't overthinking for no reason. It's a pattern, and it reveals a lot about how your mind works. 1. You're highly self-aware. People who rehearse conversations tend to be deeply aware of themselves and others. You don't just speak, you observe yourself speaking, your tone, your choice of words, how you might be perceived. Psychology links this to advanced social cognition, the ability to understand social situations and mental states. Your brain constantly asks, how will this land? The downside is that self-awareness can turn into self-monitoring, where every interaction feels like it needs to be optimized. 2. Your brain is trying to prevent emotional discomfort. Conversation rehearsal is often your brain's way of avoiding emotional pain, embarrassment, rejection, misunderstanding. Psychologists call this anticipatory anxiety, when the mind reacts to a future possibility as if it's already happening. By rehearsing, your brain believes it's protecting you. If we prepare enough, it thinks, we can avoid regret. But most social situations don't require protection. They require presence. 3. You're sensitive to social feedback. If you replay conversations after they happen or rewrite them in your head, you're likely highly sensitive to feedback. You notice micro-expressions, pauses, tone shifts. This sensitivity is common in emotionally intelligent people. Your mind treats conversations as data. It wants to learn, improve, adjust. But when this learning never turns off, it becomes rumination. And instead of clarity, you get mental noise. 4. You associate preparation with safety. For many people, this habit didn't start randomly. It was learned. At some point in your life, being careful with words helped you. It avoided conflict. It kept the peace. It earned approval. So your brain made a connection. Preparation equals safety. Over time, that turns into a default setting. Even when the situation doesn't call for it, your nervous system stays on alert, even during casual conversations. 5. You have a strong need for control over uncertainty. Uncertainty is uncomfortable for some minds, and conversations are unpredictable by nature. You don't know how someone will respond, so your brain tries to reduce uncertainty by scripting possibilities. This is common in people with high conscientiousness and future-oriented thinking. You plan not because you're insecure, but because you like things to go well. The problem is that control, when applied to human interaction, often backfires. 6. You live slightly ahead of the present. People who rehearse conversations are rarely stuck in the past. They're focused on what's coming next. What should I say later? What if this happens? What if I respond wrong? Psychology refers to this as future-oriented cognition. It's useful for planning and problem solving, but socially, it pulls you out of the moment. Instead of experiencing conversations as they unfold, you experience them as predictions.
Here's the part most people misunderstand. Rehearsing conversations doesn't mean you lack confidence. In many cases, it means you care deeply about connection, about being understood, about not hurting others. Your brain isn't trying to sabotage you, it's trying to protect relationships. But there's a hidden cost. The more you rehearse, the less natural your interactions feel, and the more pressure you place on yourself to get it right. Psychology shows that the best conversations aren't perfectly planned. They're responsive. They happen when you trust yourself to handle the moment as it comes. The real shift isn't learning better scripts. It's learning that you don't need them. Your mind doesn't need to predict every outcome. It needs permission to respond in real time. The takeaway is simple but powerful. If you rehearse conversations in your head, you're not broken. You're perceptive, you're thoughtful, and you've trained your mind to care deeply about human connection. The goal isn't to stop thinking. It's to stop over-preparing for moments that ask for presence, not perfection. If this video felt uncomfortably accurate, that's not an accident. That's psychology doing what it does best, helping you understand yourself. If you enjoy content like this, subscribe for more psychology that decodes everyday behaviors you thought were just you. Thanks for watching.